Children, how are you all? Welcome back to my class. Today in this class we are going to start your new lesson of EVS, that is waste is wealth. Okay, first let us know the meaning of waste and the wealth. Okay, so what do you mean by waste? Waste is nothing but the unwanted material, or the waste is any substance which is discarded after primary use is called waste. What do you mean by wealth? Wealth is nothing but the valuable materials or a great amount. Okay, the valuable materials. So how this waste become wealth? So in this lesson we are going to study in details about it. Okay, and we are going to study the proper methods of disposal of waste and the habits of reducing the waste. Okay, so let's start. Children, can you see these pictures? Yes, what is this? Yes, it's a dustbin, right? Why do we use this dustbins? We use the dustbins to put the waste or to throw the waste. Children, if you cross any uh, such kind of dustbins, can you see here? Yes, such kind of dustbins, if you crossed any such kind of dustbins, what do you find? They will get a bad smell. Why it is happen so? Because the people, they put all the varieties of, or the all the types of waste there, like vegetable skin of vegetables and fruit. Skin is nothing but the outer covering, right? Or peeling. Okay, the peel of vegetables, fruits, and the tea leaves, crumbs of breads, the plastics, and then papers, bags, everything, all the waste they put there. So this, some of the waste, they start decaying in the um, dustbin itself, like peels of vegetables, fruit leaves, they start decaying. What do you mean by this decay? Decay is nothing but decay. This decay is nothing but the decompose. Okay, here the sum of this materials, like vegetable, fruits, peeling of vegetables, fruits, leaves, the crumbs of breads, these all, it will mix with soil and it will start decaying, so it will cause the bad smell. Okay, understood children? What is the meaning of decay? It is decompose. So children, here can you observe this dustbin here? Yes, what can you observe here? See here, around the dustbin you find a waste there, because here you can see the people, they will not put the, or they will not throw the waste exactly in the dustbin. Instead of that, they will throw it around the dustbin. Here you can see, yes, here also. So this is not a proper way to throw the waste, and that is why it will become a very happy or the good place for the cockroaches, then rats, then some other insects, flies, etc. Right? So this dustbin, it will become a comfortable place for living of insects such as cockroaches, flies, rats, etc. And they will spread the what? Yes, they will spread diseases. Right? Understood children? Okay. So children, here the waste that contains a tins, okay, the tin box, the tin cans, or the plastic bottles, rubbers, papers, etc. So they do not get decay. So papers will get decay, but this plastics and the tins, it will not get decay. You can see this plastics and the tins, it will not get decay, means it will not get compose. Okay, it will not mix with soil easily. It takes longer duration to get decay. So that time it is better to give them to the people who buy old things. Okay, so the next is children, you can see we can reuse the some of the things instead of throwing into the dustbin. So here you can see things which have been thrown, that useful things can be made out of these colorful bottles, tins, and pieces of paper. Here you can see, yes, these are the waste. By using these cans, bottles, papers, and rubbers, and the paper pieces, we can make beautiful decorative items, like you can see pen stand you can make, even you can make some pots, and you can make some containers to keep your things. And here you can see it is a varieties of things you can make, like a cutlery box or the pen stand, right? And here also you can see decorative items like wall hangings by using your old bangles. And here you can see how beautiful it is to hang in front of your house. You can make a pots like this, and even you can make a beautiful model. You can use it to make a model or project in your school. Okay, this is how we can reuse the things instead of throwing into the dustbin. Understood, children? Okay, so the next is here. Can you see here, children? What is this? Yes, it's a dustbin. And what is this? So here we put the waste in dustbins that will be carried by the municipality workers, right? So municipality workers, they have come with vehicles to collect waste from these dustbins. They remove the waste from the dustbins and keep the place clean and tidy. They carry the waste to the outskirts. Outskirts is nothing but, okay, outskirts. They will carry this waste to the outskirts. Outskirts is nothing but the outer parts of a town or a city. The outer parts of a town or a city. So they will carry all the waste to the outer parts of a town or a city. Okay, and they dispose them. Okay, and they dispose them there only. And some of the waste in that, like peels of vegetables, fruits, then leaves, that will be converted into manure. Okay, that will be converted into manure. Okay, what is this manure, children? Yes, what is this manure? Manure is nothing but is a material used to fertilize the land. Okay, so it is known as compost. Compost means decayed organic materials used as a fertilizers for growing plants. What is compost? Decayed organic materials used as a fertilizers for growing the plants. That is called the compost. Okay, next I will tell you how you can prepare the manure. Okay, understood, children? Okay. Children, here are the board with instructions showing the types of waste to be thrown in the dustbins. We find 4 types of waste. First one is a dry waste, wet waste, then hazardous waste and the polluted waste. So let us see one by one. So first one is a dry waste. The name itself indicating what is the meaning of dry waste. Dry waste such as plastics, glass, pieces of metal, racks and rubbers, they are including as a dry waste. Okay, racks is nothing but the old cloths. Okay, old cloths are called racks. So the plastic, glass, pins or your papers and pieces of metal, racks and rubbers, whatever it may be, it should be dry. So that will be called as a dry waste. Okay, the next one is a wet waste. Wet waste is nothing but the leftover food, kitchen waste, decaying food items, meat, vegetable waste, dry leaves, pieces of paper, etc. So that will be considered as a wet waste. Okay, so here the leftover food, the kitchen waste, decaying food items, meat, vegetables, peeling, that will be considered as a wet waste. Okay, and here you can see the pieces of paper. The pieces of paper will be considered as a wet waste. It will not comes in a dry waste, even though the papers, it is looks like it is dry, right? So it will not comes in the dry waste. Okay, so the pieces of paper, it comes in a wet waste, because I will tell you why. This wet waste will be used to prepare the manure. Okay, this wet waste will be used to prepare these here, they convert them into manure. So this wet waste will be used to prepare the manure, and even this paper can be used to prepare the manure. So the paper can decompose, it can decay. Okay, so this paper, it will comes under wet waste, not in the dry waste. Okay, children. Next is a hazardous waste. What do you mean by hazardous? Hazardous is nothing but it is dangerous. Okay, the dangerous waste. What is those? See, paints, insecticides, poisonous chemicals, broken tube lights, used batteries, expired medicines, etc. So these all comes under the hazardous waste. So what we have to do, you have to keep them in a bags and put them in the municipality bins for proper disposal instead of throwing here and there, because it is very dangerous. Okay, the next is polluted waste. Polluted waste is usually from the hospitals, okay, like used bandages, infected cottons, and drips, syringes, injections, right, and used needles, etc. So what you have to do, keep them in a bags and put them in the municipality bins for proper disposals. These are the 4 types of waste, which are those: dry waste, wet waste, hazardous waste, and the polluted waste. Understood, children? Oh. Now let us move ahead. The next topic is manure. How to prepare this manure? So first you have to put this put the waste in pit. Okay, first you have to put the waste into the pits with grass, leaves, and cow dung. Above these, all you need to put is a soil. Then to convert the wet waste into manure. So here, as I told you earlier, the wet waste is used to prepare the manure, because the manure, it is used to grow the plants. Okay, the plants can grow very well. So the manure, it is prepared by the which waste? Yes, it is prepared by wet waste. Okay, so here children, you can see in the village, waste will be put in a pit with grass, leaves, and cow dung, and they convert waste into manure and use it to grow the plants. Understood, children? Okay. So the next is here. Children, can you see this pictures? Can you tell me here what you are observing here? Yes, it is a stagnant water. What do you mean by stagnate? In the previous lesson I have told you. Yes, what do you mean by stagnate? Stagnate is nothing but the water becoming dirty by standing for longer times. Here you can see the water is standing in there only. Yes, there is no flowing of water. So the water become very dirty. Yes, so that is called the stagnant water. So why it has happened? Because water comes from the houses and it is collected in pits. Right, so this is the very suitable for mosquitoes to lay the eggs, and mosquitoes and houseflies and many other insects, bacteria live and grow in this stagnant water, and the mosquitoes, they spread the diseases like Zika, dengue, chikungunya, etc. Okay, and if the people of the house had let water flow to plants, yes, if the people of the house had let the water flow to the plants beds in the garden instead of leaving into the stagnate, yes, so the mosquitoes will not grow over there and they will not spread the diseases. Understood, children? What do you mean by stagnant water? So because of the stagnant water, it is a best suitable place for the mosquitoes. They lay the eggs there and they will easily spread the diseases. Understood, children? So the people should allow water to flow into a garden or a soak pit instead of leaving them to stand there only. Okay, now let's move to the another concept. Habits of reducing the waste. So what do you mean by habits of reducing the waste? How we can reduce or how we can manage these waste? Okay, first of all, what we can do, instead of throwing the plastic bags, it could have been used to bring things or to keep the things. So here, instead of throwing the plastic bags, you can see you can reuse it by making some of the decorative items like flower. Can you see it here? How beautiful it is looking, right? And even you can use the plastic bags to keep the things. Okay, the next is here you can see what is this, children? These are the tin boxes, right? These are the tin boxes. So tin could have been used instead of throwing it away. You can make a beautiful luminaries. You can see, right? Even you can use these tin boxes to make some of the pen stand, pencil stands, or decorative items, or to growing the plants also, or you can make a cutlery boxes, etc. Right? Okay, and here next one is skin of vegetables. You can see in the picture skin of the vegetables. and fruits could have been composed, and the compost manure would have increased the soil fertility. As you know that, right? The manure, the compost, it is used to, yes, it is used as a fertilizer so that the plants can grow very well, right children? Here you can see this is the manure or the compost manure. Okay, and next one is, if the sheets of paper are blank, they could be used to write. Otherwise, used sheets of paper and newspapers could have been given to the shops also, isn't it? So these are the how we can reduce or manage these waste. Here are the some other points. Let us know which are those. One should minimize one's requirements. It reduces waste. Okay, so one should minimize is nothing but the, you have to reduce it. Okay, so every person should minimize their necessities. Requirements is nothing but the necessities, so it will reduce the waste, isn't it? So next point is, many used things can be reused. This is called reusing. So the many used things, for example, take an example of bags only, carry bags. Okay, once it is used, again you can use the same bags, isn't it? So many used things can be reused. This is called the reusing. The next point is, decaying waste can be converted into compost that can be used to grow plants. So the decaying waste that can be converted into what? Yes, it is converted into compost manure, right? So that can be used to grow the plants, as you know it. Next is, new things can be prepared from used plastic sheets, glass and paper. This is called recycling. So the new things can be prepared, as I showed you already right here. See, here also you can see, right? So the new things can be prepared from the used plastics by using the new plastics, or the glass and the paper, even by using some bangles. I have showed you already here. Yes children, see here, I've shown you. Yes, see here, by using the waste like plastic sheets, glass, by using the glass or by using the papers, you can make a new things, you can prepare a new things. This is called the recycling. Understood children? Okay, the next point is, used water can be used to water plants or drained into the soak pit. So the used water, it can be, yes, used to watering the plants, or else you can drain into the soak pit. Now children, let us know some more interesting fact about this lesson, that is, yes, waste is wealth, right? So the first point is, we can convert and use about 75 to 80% of the total solid waste generated in our country into manure. So within 100%, we can convert 75 to 80% of the solid wastes generated in our city into, in our country, in our country into manure. Okay, no new materials are made by recycling glass, metals and plastic materials. So as you know it, so we can create is new things by recycling the glass, metal and plastic materials. Packaging of some products costs more than the products themselves. So the packaging of the products, okay, it will be very costly as compared to the product. Okay, if you're buying the product of 10 rupees, that packaging, okay, that packaging may cost you the 20 rupees extra. Okay, so next is, every year innumerable number of sea animals die due to plastic waste. So every year, so children remember this, every year, innumerable is nothing but the too many, innumerable is nothing but the too many number of animals, too many animals, they are dying due to the plastic waste. They are dying due to the plastic waste. That is why the government is repeatedly announcing that do not use the plastic. Yes, because this plastics, it takes a longer duration to get decay. That's why even it makes the soil poisonous, even it makes the water poisonous. Whenever it is, it will make that particular region poisonous. That's why avoid using the plastics as much as possible. Okay, even we are throwing the plastic in the water, so that will be very harmful for the animals which are living in the water. That may lead to the death of those animals. Okay, the next point is, if cotton clothes take 1 month to decay, nylon cloth takes 500 to 600 years to decay. The one, if cotton clothes, okay, cotton clothes, it's a type of cloth, right? Cotton cloth, it takes 1 month to get decay, it takes 1 month to decay. Whereas this nylon cloth, we are nowadays, nylon cloth is common. Yes, so instead of cotton, we are going for the nylon cloth. It takes 500 to 600 years to decay. See, the cotton is taking 1 month, whereas this nylon, it takes 500 to 600 years to decay. Understood, children? Okay. So the next concept is, when do these things decay? So here are the some things. Let us see when these things get decay. The first one, here you can see 1 month cotton clothes. Cotton clothes takes 1 month to decay, and this paper bags also takes 1 month to decay, and this banana, the peel of banana, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to decay. Here woolen socks, it takes 1 year to decay. The woolen socks, it takes 1 year to decay here. Whereas the wood, it takes 10 to 15 years to decay. Whereas the leather shoes, it takes 40 to 50 years to decay. And the tin boxes or the tin containers, it takes 80 to 100 years, it takes 80 to 100 years to decay. Okay, and whereas this aluminium tin boxes, aluminium tin, it takes 200 to 500 years to decay. And whereas the handkerchiefs, means the nylon, whether it is a nylon cloth, your dress or shirt, whatever it may be, it takes 500 to 600 years. The nylon takes 500 to 600 years to decay. Okay, this nylon take 500 to 600 years to decay. The plastic bottles, it takes more than 1000 years. It takes the plastic bottle, it takes more than 1000 years to decay. See here, children, the plastic bottles which you are using, even for your tiffin box, it is made up of a plastic nowadays. And even your water bottle, everything, your compass box, everything, now all the things, and the containers which we use in our house, right? All the containers, vases, decorative items, these all the things are made up of plastics only nowadays. So these plastics, it takes more than 1000 years to decay. And even some of the bottles, it may takes 1 lakh years. You can see it takes it takes lakhs of years to get decay. And here the last is shells of clam mollusk, it is permanent, it will not decay at all. The shells of clam, the shells will not decay, it is permanent. So this is these some of the things when they decay, how much time, how much duration, how much periods they take to get decay. Understood, children? So in this lesson you have learned that types of waste and the proper methods of disposal of waste and habits of reducing the waste, and we came to know some of the interesting fact about this lesson, right? And we came to know that how the waste is wealth, right? How valuable these waste are, isn't it? And we came to know the meaning of manure, compost, and we understood that some of the things, how they decay, means how much time they took to get decay. Understood, children? Hope you understood all the lesson very well. Okay.